other story here, which is certainly our top story this morning. Check this out. This video showing the moment a possible tornado took shape in Perry Crossing near Sellersburg, Indiana. The storm hit the area around 9:30 last night. We know that people there are definitely seeing the impacts from that this morning.
So Jim Stratman and photojournalist Paul Landers are out there right now. And Jim, we've seen some very dramatic and surprising video from these storms, and you have some of those videos.
Yeah, that's right, Grace and Eric. That video that we've seen coming out of this area, very, very shocking. Something that you really can't even look away from as you see those storms start to form into some of those tornadoes. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at some of that video right now. This video that we're showing you is actually from Dane Cork. He sent that to us. Around 9:30 last night, you can see some of those storms starting to form. We got a number of videos and pictures that were similar to this sent to us overnight, including one from Cody Monk, who actually was able to hop on the phone with us after to kind of explain what was going on in the area.
It was moving really, really quick. And all of a sudden, about 10 seconds later, it really starts to form just like that. And just within 10 seconds, it started forming really, really quick. And you could see the spin, and I could tell it was 100% heading away from me. So I knew at that point I was, relatively safe because you could clearly see that it was heading away. But it only takes just a few seconds for that thing to form.
Now what you're looking at in this other video is look at some of the damage from right in this neighborhood last night. Our own Reed Yates and John Humphreys were out here taking a look and talking to people. You can see the community really got to work as soon as the storm moved through, doing repairs to several homes and roofs that had been damaged by the storm. Now, because it is dark outside, we haven't really been able to see a lot of that damage for ourselves. We know that there are some tarps on houses a little bit further down the street behind me, but as the sun comes up, we're going to be able to see a little bit more of that. People are again going to be out here trying to start making some of those repairs. Grace, Eric.
All right, Jim, thanks so very much. As we've heard Ben say, we are expecting more severe weather as we move through the day, and that does come with the possibility of tornadoes. That's why it's important to have that WHAS11 news app on hand. It's free to download. You can watch our live coverage even if you lose power. We'll also send you alerts for severe storm warnings straight to your phone as those warnings are issued.
Our other top story here this morning, start times are about to change a lot for a lot of Jefferson County schools. The JCPS board approved a plan for the next academic year. Under the chosen option, there will be 3 start times, 7:30, 8:40, and 9:40 a.m. More than 80 schools will see their start times change, but there's a caveat here. The board wants a new plan presented by December. Principals and administrators packed the Van Hoos Education Center at last night's meeting, many from elementary schools, which are the most impacted by the changes. Some shared their opposition to the later time of 9:40 a.m.
We as elementary principals do not take this moment lightly.
The last time slot is not ideal for anyone, but when thinking of our students and what is needed outside of the school day, we need to consider this as well.
Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio says the change is necessary to help bus drivers. While debating the changes, the board couldn't initially come to an agreement, with neither scenario getting the votes to pass. The board then agreed to a compromise, approving a plan but requiring the district to present a new one for the 2025-2026 school year by December. JCPS will work on new bus routes to align with the changes over summer break.
This morning, Metro Police are looking for a suspect involved in a shooting and police chase. Officers say around 3 yesterday afternoon, they were called to a home on Saddlebrook Lane, right off of Rockford Lane near Western High School. They found 2 men who'd been shot several times. One of those men had his car stolen. Then another officer spotted the stolen car near Rockford and Cane Run Road, and that's when the chase started. It ended when the car wrecked on Catalpa Street in Portland. If you're not familiar with that street, the NAACP offices are located there. It ended when a car wrecked on Catalpa Street. As I mentioned, officers were able to detain one suspect, but police believe there was at least one other one that got away. Police say both victims in the shooting are expected to survive. If you have any information that could help police in this case, you can call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD or use the online portal. Coming up on 7 minutes after the hour now, and it's a wrap on the Indiana primary.
Yeah, we now know who will face off in the race to replace current Republican Governor Eric Holcomb, who's term limited. Senator Mike Braun won the primary, defeating several Republican opponents, including Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch. He spoke to supporters after the win.
I intend to be the most entrepreneurial governor our state has ever had. I can guarantee you I'm going to be the most accessible governor the state has ever had.
Face Democrat Jennifer McCormick, who ran unopposed.
Democrat Valerie McRae won her party's nomination to fill the U.S. Senate seat left by Braun. She'll face Republican Jim Banks, who ran unopposed. Now, in the race for U.S. House, Republican Erin Houchin defended her District 9 seat against Hugh Doty. That district includes most of our southern Indiana counties. Houchin will face Timothy Peck, who won the Democratic nomination. The general election is November 5th.
Excused in-person absentee voting for Kentucky's primary election begins today. Those of you in Jefferson County can vote at the County Clerk's Election Center on East Liberty Street downtown. It's open from 8:30 to 4:30 through the 15th, except on the weekends. There's also a drop box available. Voters in other Kentucky counties can find their polling locations at elect.ky.gov/voters, and Kentucky's primary is Tuesday, May the 21st.